Is it live? Hello, my beautiful friends of the Profitable CEO Accelerator. I have a treat for you. Out of being fully transparent, I want to show you what's coming up inside the accelerator. So if you're about to end your 12 months in the accelerator, or maybe you know someone that wants to be a part of the accelerator, but they're not sure, I want to share with you what is coming up so that you can tell them, please join us. I want you to be the referral partner that gets credit when your friends join. And because tomorrow is the last day that we're doing the $200 off per month or the $2,000 off for the year, I want to make sure that you all know and about these, what the curriculum is going to be and why you need to be in the accelerator at least until the rest of the year, because it has some amazing resources for you. But just a lot of the things that as entrepreneurs we forget because we're working in Arizona Genius. We don't necessarily think about the business aspects of our business, the foundation of it all. So I want to give you a little bit behind the scenes in case you want to invite a friend in here. So if you happen to hop on, please let me know, say hello that you're here. I may end up repurposing this and putting this live inside the Aligned Businesswoman Facebook group so that they too know that what is going on. Again, it's full transparency of like, this is what's planned for the year in the accelerator. Now the dates are going to be, they're tentative to change, but these are the topics that we're going to be covering. And because I know that you're very busy, I wanted to make sure that you have time to integrate, so I've included that as well. But let's hop in really quickly and let's check this out. All right, so as you can see, we had just done yesterday, we just did our leadership part of the curriculum. And so what this is doing for you, that leadership part, what that's doing is that it's getting you some crystal clear direction, just that clarity of the focal point of your business, because this is going to inform everything you do, which is the marketing, the sales, all the things, right? If we don't know what your mission statement goal is of like what you want to accomplish this year, then we're not going to know what to do for the rest of the year, right? We're not going to know, that's our lighthouse. We're not going to know the direction of the business. So that's what we did yesterday. It was started to write the leadership statement, if you will, the how you're going to lead your business. Now, if you don't have a team, if you don't have employees, that's still fine because you're leading yourself. You are essentially your own employee, right? You got to be your boss and the employee because you're doing all the things. Now, what we're going to be doing next, which is another reason why it's very crucial that you complete your workbook, because we're going to be using the workbook. We're being pulling out information from the workbook as the months go by. And essentially, once you do the workbook, it's not going to be as much work. It's like you do the work up front, answering all those questions, and then we go put the pieces together and we make sense of it all. I've always said this, for the past few years that I've been coaching, is that I teach you my Mr. Miyagi method. You might not know where you're doing it, but when I tell you sand the floor and wash the car, you're like, you're going to know. You're like, oh, this is why she had me do these things. So please trust me on this. It's so powerful. I'm not going to give you the full details of all the things just yet because I want you to take it slow. If you're an overachiever, I want you to allow yourself the time and the space to answer the things when you should be answering them. So I want you to trust divine timing with these things. So next Monday, the call is going to be about marketing. We're going to I would like to hash out at least 5 to 10 posts using the resources that I've given you. So the content plan for prospecting, it has a place for you to be able to put different types of social media posts, right? We're going to focus on the 9 main things that people need to know. I will also be covering inside the Facebook group how to properly set up your story. So your story is something that you get to pull from every time you're marketing, and it has 7 pieces of crucial information that your people need to understand, which is calling them out, identifying who that character is, right? Showing how you're the expert that you can help them, what the problem is, what would happen if they don't work with you, what will happen if they do work with you. So all the things, I'll be covering that as well. If we have to push back any of the things, we will push those back because it is pretty in-depth and thorough. And I want to make sure that you get this right, because once you do it one time, you literally can pull pieces from this over. The next thing is that we're going to have integration week so that you can, I don't want you to ever think that you're behind or anything like that. It gives you time to let it all sink in, and so you can embody it. All these things are what we talked about in the first yesterday on the calls. Like, they're characteristics that we must embody, right? And there are skills that we must learn so that it helps with that embodiment. So that's why we have the integration week. That's going to be the second Monday of every month. Then we're going to be talking about visibility fears and marketing mindset, because although you might have the strategy, you might have that inner dialogue telling you, should we do this? Start second guessing, and then you create these self-sabotaging behaviors and these patterns that limit you. So we'll be discussing that on February 19th. And then we'll do our CEO power planning, and we're going to move into the next topic where I'll introduce the sales topic. Every single month, you're going to have a coaching Q&A with me so that you're not necessarily learning anything new, but you're asking questions about the new information that you have. So about the new topic for the month. Then we're going to be talking about selling, because now that you're marketing and, or maybe even, maybe you're doing a really good job at marketing, and maybe we're really fine tuning your marketing. Well, I expect that you're going to have a lot of people wanting to buy from you. So we want to make sure that you're delivering that sales information that they need, having that sales conversation in the most impactful way. So you're not spending a lot of time with people saying, let me think about it. We want you to close those sales right away. And then the CEO power planning, again, that's where we're planning our next 30 days. And then I'm going to introduce the topic of products and positioning. And this is going to have some layers of pricing, because we want to make sure that you're pricing your products correctly, and that you are understanding, especially if you sell a product where you have cost of goods, we want to make sure that you understand your margin, and that if you are maybe having a higher expense, that we start to focus on how we can reduce those expenses. Although we're going to talk about that more later, but we still need to start collecting the data before we make any changes. And then, of course, we're going to have coaching and Q&A around that topic. Self-sabotaging behaviors and limiting patterns is what we're going to be talking about when it comes to sales. And of course, we can bring in the marketing part. So every single month, we're learning a strategy, but we're also talking about different mindset things that can limit us. And we want to make sure that we're breaking free from some of those things so that we can actually go forward with less baggage, right? Less like head drama, that negative inner talk. And then in April, we're going to talk about operations and management, so that you are not just managing your business, but you're also able to manage your lifestyle that you would like to have. We will be talking about routines as well, because when we create a routine, we actually don't have to be as consistent as you would think, but you have a routine that you can give 100% of your all, even if it's like 80 to 90% of the time that you're following this routine. And then we're going to be talking about cash flow and money blocks. Again, we're going to have it's going to be the theme throughout the whole entire month. We're going to continue with the routines and follow through. So this is when you're going to create those CEO habits, because now that you know the direction of your business, and now you know what you're going to say, and now you've mastered those sales conversations, and you understand what money is coming in and what money is coming out. We want to make sure that you're building these routines and you're following through. And then I have some other topics that I have scheduled here, but I don't have the dates. I'm sorry, I have them selected, but I don't have the dates yet, because I want to kind of gauge like where everyone's at and see what we need to move around. But we are going to be talking about productivity, increasing profits and reduce overhead. That's going to be a little bit different from the actual cash flow part, because we need to be able to, again, keep our eyes on the money and collect data and see, okay, what do we need to change? What do we need to start researching other ways to maybe source a product or hire a new supplier? And then we're also going to be talking about story selling. I love that. It's going to be that's my favorite topic right there, is how to use storytelling so you can sell your products with just a post, or maybe even some actual Instagram stories or Facebook stories, without having to get on a lot of sales conversations or a little sales calls. That actually does apply to everyone, because even if you're not having to get on sales calls, you still want to be able to have that story selling so that you can brand yourself and have brand recognition. We'll be talking about prospecting and networking for those that want to go out and network in person, and managing finances, because that is very important. I expect, like, every single person that's come to work with me, they always at least double their income. So whether that's in the accelerator or one-to-one. So I expect that you're going to have an influx of cash. So you need to make sure that you are paying yourself and then saving money for taxes. So we'll be talking about making sure that you're putting different kind of buckets so that you can have the financial freedom of probably why you started your business in the first place, right? Or to purchase that house, or to do the things that you wanted to do, the travel and all this stuff. So we want to make sure that we're addressing the finances as well. And we're talking about social media marketing, and then our elevator speech and effective email marketing. So those are all the topics we'll be covering inside the accelerator until the end of the year. And like, actually, it's probably gonna be, we'll probably rotate it at the end of it, so that as people are coming in, or as people are staying in, we're going back and just kind of touching up on some of the skills that they had learned before. Because sometimes what we end up doing is we end up getting so busy that we end up getting so busy that we kind of forget. We're like, oh yes, and our mindset expands. And so we're not the same person that we were 2 years ago, maybe even a year ago. Like, we have this increased awareness and we've perfected our skills. So when we go back and cover them a little bit more, then you might see it from a different perspective. So that is what's coming up inside the accelerator. Let me drop a link. Oh, can I drop a link in here? No. I'll drop it inside the group, the links to the discount for the monthly, quarterly, and annual payments. So again, if you're about to end your 12 months and you want to renew, then you can still get that discount. Or if you know someone that wants to join the accelerator, what you can do is make sure that you're a referral partner so you can get paid 50%, and then you can send them the discount codes so that they can save some money as well. All right, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, because I love